Okay, what is the difference between classical and commercial vocal training? Now, I could also say that the question is really, what is the difference between classical and everything else in singing? Let's talk about classical singing for a second. The origins of classical singing go back to things like bel canto, which is actually rooted in what we now know as the concept of speech level singing. Now, classical pedagogy in most present day education is actually less bel canto and more of a teaching of a style, teaching of a genre of classical music. Now, I know that saying that is stepping on some toes. I know that that is controversial, and it is just my opinion. However, I have seen over the years of training classical singers who are looking to transition into more of a pop styling, more commercial voice, really struggle to make that transition. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that they were taught a genre as if it was the end-all be-all of technique. Classical pedagogy in most present-day education is less bel canto and more teaching a style or genre as if it is a technique, which honestly, in my experience as a coach, has caused swaths of classically trained singers to intensely struggle transitioning to pop artistry post-college education or whatever their higher level of education is in classical singing. Commercial singing is based more in SLS, which is known as speech level singing. The classical hallmarks, okay, would be singing from vowel to vowel, while more of a commercial or pop music styling, pop voice styling, is singing more from consonant to consonant. It more resembles how you would speak, how you would have a conversation or deliver a monologue when you're talking about commercial singing. That's one of the reasons it's a little bit more of this modern concept, is because it is how we talk versus classical. And there is nothing against, I love the classical genre. There's not any kind of slight against it, but there is a very distinctive difference. Regardless of technique, there's a distinctive difference in the style. But here's the thing. To me, technique is technique is technique. We all have the same muscles. We all have the same access to resonators if we're doing it properly. And so style does vary from one genre to another. And there are nuances that shift, even in a technical application in a different genre. But by and large, learn how to use the muscle appropriately, and you can sing in whatever genre you want. You shouldn't have to be limited based off of your technical training to sing in another genre that's maybe not your own. There might be some stylistic changes, there might be some stylistic training that you're gonna go in to transition from one genre to another, but they don't actually have to be these polar opposite technical concepts that you're dealing with. So your main differences here, right? You have a lot of vibrato heavy singing typically in classical music. There's a lot more of a lighter voice emphasis, especially for women. And there's more of this vowel to vowel phrasing stylizing versus in pop music, it's a lot more conversational, a lot more consonant to consonant, emphasis on consonant singing, and more of thinking about how you would sing a song similar to how you would shape the words in speech, how you pronounce those things in a normal way. But to me, technique is technique is technique, regardless of style. Style nuances can be utilized in technique, but not as the foundation for training a muscle that is the same in every singer, regardless of the style that they're singing in, regardless of the genre that they want to sing in. So if you train the muscle appropriately, you should be freed up to sing in whatever genre that you would like, or to be able to move freely from one genre to the next without feeling so stuck in one or the other.